And I have to say, good afternoon, Twitch. Good afternoon, Twitch. Good afternoon, Twitch. On this 01.2024. Happy New Year. And I forgot one thing here. Let's go ahead and bring up the big screen. Are we on? Yeah. And how is everyone doing on this first day of 2024? Okay, we got the big. Let's see. Let's make sure we got the chat off on this. We don't need the chat. Oh, let's see. Got that. There we go. I was weighing whether go online, take a nap. Go online, take a nap. The missus is up from her nap. I figured.
Like a fool, he chose go online.
Go online. What the hell? Go online. It's sort of. We had family here this holiday weekend, bringing in the new year, and they have left. So that's where I was weighing it, and it's like, you know what? I feel like coming online here just to say Happy New Year to you all, and get a good start to the new year, in a manner of speaking, and sort of a spur of the moment type deal. And it's good to be here. I feel comfortable now. You know, it is a Monday, okay, even though it still feels like a Sunday. But I do hope everybody had a good, safe New Year's Eve as far as that goes. And we are, let's see, just setting up my phones here and stuff. But and a good weekend at that as far as that goes. So we started a new year, and we're off and running on it as far as that goes. The old year is behind us, so everything is new and fresh, in a manner of speaking. And but I had good visit with the family here, and as far as that goes, so it's always good to have a full house, as I like to say. As far as we didn't have it at Christmas time, but we did have it here at New Year's. And let's see, how's the stream going? The stream, we are 3460 kilobytes, 60 frames per second. Twitch is saying excellent. And again, I love broadcasting here on Twitch. It is my home. I wish more people would do it, because it rivals even YouTube, I think, and Rumble. And as far as that goes, as far as the place to go, I know our good friend Tony D likes to multicast, and I did get into a little bit of that on the previous platform. And Tony D, he had his broadcast yesterday, and I sent him a direct message that I wasn't going to be on it for Belt Kings Fantasy Football. There's Tony D's X/Twitter, to give my brother veteran, my fellow broadcaster and good friend here online. He was on yesterday doing the football thing. I did get a chance to watch some football as far as that goes, and yeah, it's football. It's good. It was interesting. The Bills lost, the Jets won or lost, and the Giants lost also. But I might go over that. I don't really have anything set other than to just come on and wish you all a happy New Year. I do have a couple news articles that came up that are of interest as far as that goes. What happened there? Ooh, that's weird. What's going on with that? I just saw something on my iPad Mini that is it coming to life? But so there, I was looking over some articles, and there's a few articles I want to present, and we got a ad starting here in about 4 minutes, so I'll wait stuff. I'm not drinking the coffee, I'm drinking the water. Probably another hour I'll be having an adult beverage, as far as that goes. I could have one now,
Maybe.
actually, you know. But there's no real football on right now as far as college games. There's some college games on tonight. I guess the big one being Michigan and Alabama. I think there's another one. I'm not too up on the college football as far as that goes. And but we did have some football yesterday for Sunday, a full slate as far as that goes. Let's see. I don't have. I can bring that up. NFL. And what happened? Oh, there we go. So this is the end of week. There's no Monday night football. Monday night football happened Saturday with the Jets and or no, that was Thursday night with the Lions and Cowboys, which of all the games, that was probably the most disturbing game, as far as that goes, because I was watching on Good Morning Football on the Football Network. They were talking about that, and there's quite a few sports announcers that are pretty upset to where the previous football call that everybody was blaming the refs and the pitcher's 1,000 word, and it actually comes back to the player. That was the Kansas City Chiefs when they lost their game when they had that miraculous touchdown after they flipped the ball and all that. But the pitcher showed that the receiver was offsides. It was in the neutral zone. Well, during the Saturday night game, it was pretty obvious, and there's been a lot of, and I guess since, and this is how serious, just to get this out of my system with the football, because all the football games were great except that one football game. Because even though Dallas won, they actually lost as far as that goes. But a win's a win, okay? That's a given. This is one time where you could honestly say you're upset with the refs, because supposedly the particular person, they were going for a 2-point conversion to win the game, and they got the 2-point conversion. The ref, supposedly where the individual reported that, hey, I'm going to be eligible, but the ref wasn't listening. He just took it for granted. If you look at the video, there was 3 people, and it's a design play by Detroit so that Cowboys don't know who's going to be eligible. There's 3 people come up, and I think during the game it was number 70 that was eligible throughout the game. He would come up and say, I'm a lineman. I guess it's a lineman. They have to be eligible. They have to report that in case they catch the ball. The refs know. Well, you can see the ref, they got 3 people coming up, so Cowboys can't hear who's going to it, but the one guy, 70, rushes up. He's the guy that's been eligible all this time, and he sets up on the right side. 68, I think it's 68, he sets up on the left side. He's the one that gets the ball. He catches the ball, they win the game, but whoa, wait a minute, timeout, no. Refs throw flag, ineligible. He didn't report. Supposedly, you can only report one at a time. I guess 70 reported, and then 68, but I guess the ref wasn't listening. And you could see the ref was like, he sees, oh, okay, yeah. He just sees the number 70 and he walks away. He did. Time wasn't running. There was enough time. He could have stopped there and said, what's going on? And they're off to this side, so the Dallas Cowboys can't hear. Very upsetting. So, a win for Dallas, yeah, okay. They keep their home field consecutive wins at home intact and stuff like that, but it's not. They should put an asterisk, because that was definitely the refs. I mean, it's probably the first time, and this is where I say when you have a pitcher that tells 1,000 words, that's a pitcher. And I think if you listen to all the talking heads on the in this morning football, Good Morning Football on the NFL Network, as well as the one. What's the other one I'm going to probably watch and see if they talk about it, but it's very disturbing as far as a football game. The refs, and the thing is, the fallout from this game now, as of yesterday, This reffing crew is not going to be allowed to ref during the playoffs. That's how serious this call. The call's already been made. You can't. It's a day later and all that stuff. The game's over with. And you can't change that back. Hopefully the refs will get better, but this it's obviously the wrong call by the ref as far as that goes. So I got that out of my system. Overall, football was pretty good as far as some good games. Steelers upset the Bengals. The Bills, they beat the Chargers, which was a pretty interesting game because the Chargers ended up getting or no, I'm sorry. No. Back up here. I'm in the wrong. Did Pittsburgh won. Who did they play? I was in the wrong week. I was in week 16. Oh, Chicago won. They beat the Falcons. They killed the Falcons 37-17. Ravens annihilated the Dolphins. So the Dolphins, they're not for real. I've been saying that all season. They're not for real. The Dolphins, but the Ravens, they're the top dog now. They got the number 1 seed yesterday. The Bills played the Patriots, where divisional game, Patriots are out of it, but the Patriots, they got a touchdown on in the first 12 seconds, and I was just livid. Oh my God, here we go. Bills came back. Patriots coughed the balls up, and it's a change where the Bills took advantage of those coughed up balls and stuff and ended up winning 27-21. And let's see, Steelers beat the Seahawks. That was the other surprising one because the Steelers, they're on again, off again, and the Seahawks lost. They were at home, and my hat's off to the Steelers. Good team. Broncos beat the Chargers. That was a pretty good game. And then Bengals, they lost to the Chiefs in Kansas City, which that could have gone. But it was a significant. The one thing about the Kansas City Chiefs, their defense kept them in play there and stuff like that. I think Mahomes is still having problems with his receivers. Kelsey wasn't really a factor in that game. Watch that. 49ers kicked the Commanders' butt, and Colts just barely got by the Raiders. Other big kicker is the Eagles lost again. It's like, what the hell's going on with the Philadelphia Eagles? Cardinals, they ended up winning 35-31, which, I mean, that's unreal. I was just shocked at that score. So a few shockers and stuff like that, but not as much of a shocker as a Saturday game there, which basically, that's why there's no Monday night game. Monday night game was played on Saturday. The Cowboys, okay, you won. Lions won. Watch out for the Lions because they're going to be hotter than Hornets now because of that call. They should have won. They played a good game against the Cowboys. Cowboys, they didn't look as strong as they should have being at home. They're not really, I don't look at them as much of a powerhouse as the Ravens. The Ravens right now, they look powerful. They look good. The San Francisco 49ers, well, what can I say about them? They where's their score? They won against the Commanders, and they had a good game against a subpar team as far as that goes. But the Ravens, they are looking mighty strong as far as that goes. Of course, the Giants, they almost beat the Rams as far as that goes. That I don't know, they drop ball and stuff like that as far as that goes. So I got the football out of me. Yesterday I missed Tony D's thing, so it feels I still got that football in me over the weekend and stuff like that. The biggest disappointment was the Dallas Lions game. Lions, it was their game. It was their game, especially with that 2-point conversion. And all you have to do is go back. And I say that with the Kansas City, they lost. As soon as the play took place, he was set up in his neutral zone. This is a case where you look at the video and you can see the guys checking in, but the ref wasn't paying attention. You know, okay, you have to do it one. And that was a design play to where Dallas Cowboys didn't know what was going on. And they didn't, because 68 got the ball and they were all chasing after 70 on the other side. I thought that was pretty unique and stuff like that. And that was what I took from this morning watching Good Morning Football on the NFL channel. They had some very good in-depth analysis on that particular game, and I would totally have to agree with them. It is a win. Dallas has a win, and I think all the announcers said, but it was, if anything, this is a clear cut that the refs just took it for granted. Okay, this guy's been checking in. You need to take your time, and the time's not running, so the refs are the ones that control the clock. Okay, what are you guys doing? Yeah, okay. But you can see the ref is just yeah, and he's walking away like he's not interested. He's just taking for granted that's what they're doing. But but then again, coach could have took a timeout, and that would have nullified the play, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of I think the majority of it, when you watch the video of it and know the concept of what Detroit Lions were doing with 3 players over by the ref to sort of confuse the Dallas Cowboys and stuff like that. It just it was sort of a and the coach, he was pissed. I watched the after game interview, and the difference between this game and the Kansas City bitching and moaning and Mahomes crying and all that, and Andy Reid saying the refs had a bad call. I got my hats off to the Detroit Lions team, because they kept their composure. Even the coach, you could see he was hotter than a freaking volcano. He was pissed, and he kept his composure. And it's like there's nothing you can do about it. So he's right there. He's thinking about the playoffs now. He's in the playoffs. So, but it has implications that where it would have moved them up in the seeding, I guess, as far as that goes. So I'm going to say watch out for the Detroit Lions in the NFC. I'm still rooting for the Bills. The Bills look strong. I think they're gonna cruise on through. I'm not sure when they meet up with the Baltimore Ravens. That's going to be a good game right there. But we'll see. We still have one more week of football. And with that, I'm going to take a little break here. How much time did I start already here? What I got? I got 30 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes, and I'll be right back. I got to do something. Hang loose. Let's see. What we're going to go with the. We'll go with the. Let's see. I will be right back. was 20, 23. Do that 23. It's our pick there. So I had to get a tissue for my nose. And my nose was starting to run a little bit. So thank you for waiting and hanging as far as that goes. And it's just one of those things that I don't want to sit here picking. It's better just time out. That's what they should have done with the play there for the Detroit Lions. They should have just took a timeout, take care of what you got, and then come back and stuff like that. But I guess in the heat of the battle, they're, I guess the players thought they had checked in, but they didn't. But all the football talk that I just did prior to just taking a little break here, I probably would have expressed that yesterday on Tony D's broadcast as far as that goes. So that's why I guess I wanted to get it right out. It was definitely some good football. Let's see, Saturday. Was it Saturday? Let me check my log here. 31st, so it was the 30th, right? Yeah, 30th. I did do a broadcast. I did the here on Twitch. It was the Lord of the Rings Online Saturday morning gameplay for, and I was thinking about doing that this afternoon, and I said, no, let's just get up here and do a talkie one broadcast as far as that goes, and we're only gonna be on probably another 30 minutes or so. I got a few things to present here and stuff. Get an hour broadcast in. Get back into the swing of it and stuff. It is a Monday, and I would have broadcast this morning, but I slept in this morning. I slept until about 8. I stayed up last night for New Year's. I stayed up until 12 o'clock. And then 1 minute after 12, I was in bed. So everybody else was in bed and stuff. I have that feeling, I got to stay up for New Year's. And to bring in the new year, and then and I ended up sleeping. And I don't think I got out of bed until about 7:30, quarter to 8, and stuff like that. Then we all had family breakfast together, as far as that goes, and some family had to depart, as far as that goes, to go back to where they're going and get situated for, just like everybody else. I guess tomorrow's a regular work. See, this is the first New Year's Day that I'm retired. I'm retired, for those watching for the first time here on Twitch or else on the replay over on Rumble or YouTube. I'm a retired United States Air Force firefighter. And I was retired from the Air Force some 26, 27 years ago. I've been out longer than I was in. But I'm officially retired to where this is going into my 9th month. As far as that goes, it's still a newbie on the retirement, but it's the first New Year's Eve New Year's Day to where I don't have to go into work, and that's waking up and having breakfast. That sort of hit me. It's like, because usually it's either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I have to go into the work since I've been working the last 20 some years, getting out of the Air Force. Air Force is sort of hit and miss. Sometimes I'd have New Year's Day and New Year's Eve, but I wouldn't have Christmas off. It would alternate and stuff like that. But this, I'm retired. I'm loving every day of it, though. It's great, because I can just pop in like I did this afternoon and stuff. So it's the flexibility of broadcasting. So let's see, what do I got here? I've got a few articles that I want to present, because I can do that. And the first one, and this is one I picked up this morning, about top favorite actors that were born here in New York State. I like these articles, and this is, let me go ahead and present this. Hit present, go NBF, and that's the channel that I'm taking that from, is WNBF. Okay, where's my thing? Okay, there's my guest stars. Go ahead and push that to the broadcast. Let's see if that comes up now. Guest stars present. And we have to go over here. We'll transfer it over. And let's go ahead and slide that right like that. I'm just rearranging it here. Just hang loose with me. There we go. There we go. Let's see how that lines up. It lines up pretty good. Okay. Okay, so the article I want to present is, where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, it's the wrong page. Here we go. You guys know who this gentleman is? The poster should give it away. Let's see. Is that pretty square? Yeah, that's pretty square. Okay. Writers list his top favorite actors born in New York State. So I don't know if that's the author of this article or what, but how's that looking? Is that looking all right? Yeah, I guess it's looking all right. So this is from individual Big Chuck. It's dated today, and it's favorite authors or favorite actors born in New York State. So it goes. Let's see. I'm just going to keep the picture up. Let's see. I think I have that over here. Let me bring this up here. Do you know who that individual is? The poster of the movie Spartacus should give it away. Did I get Spartacus in there? Winner of 4 Academy Awards in Spartacus, the movie. Let me see. WNBF. Okay, there we go. So how are we looking here? So is that looking? Okay, that's not showing up. So okay, that's interesting. Okay. But this is an article I read this morning after waking up. I had my coffee there just before we had breakfast. And I found it really interesting because that gentleman, you should all know. That's Kirk Douglas, Spartacus. Yeah, Kirk Douglas. He was born here in New York State. But the article goes, when it comes to great actors who were born in New York State, most people look to New York City. Well, it's not necessarily New York City. New York is I'm always saying this, New York City is a vast state. It's not just about New York City. There are hundreds of famous entertainers that came out of the 5 boroughs, which is good, yeah, to grace the stage, screen, and television sets in America. But let's take a look at those who were born in upstate New York. And that's where I'm at. I live here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York. And as anybody who loves movies and television, as long as you've been watching movies and television, this writer of this article is sharing with you his absolute favorite entertainments born in the upstate region, which I agree. Big Chuck, you have a good listing here. And he continues and saying, you might be surprised at some of the choices. Movie stars from the 1930s and 1940s are here, of course. Legends of early television too. And while Lucille Ball, who is from Jamestown, New York, and Kirk Douglas may be the greatest upstate entertainer legends, you will see that the author there of this article has a soft spot to fan hearts for character actors who have made many films great to watch. So Kirk Douglas is one. Let me go ahead and the next one. Hundreds of actors are born in New York City. Far fewer call upstate New York their birthplace. This is a list of 9 favorite actors who were born in upstate New York. First one, do you know who this guy is? He's a New Yorker. Okay? That's Jim Lettigro. He was born in Monroe County, upstate New York. Okay? John Lithgow is everywhere. A major star in films, on television, on Broadway, and more. He has been nominated for 6 Emmys, 2 Golden Globes, and 2 Tony Awards, 2 Academy Awards, 4 Grammys, and more. Uh, if he isn't one of the most honored actors of his time, I don't know who is. I see every movie. This individual that's writing the article sees every movie. He's a great actor. Um, let's see. Some of the favorite performance the actor did was Third Rock from the Sun, Dexter, and remarkably turned as Winston Churchill in The Crown, and a bunch of other ones. So a great actor as far as that goes. Um, Born here in upstate New York, that you may not know. The other one is this gentleman. I don't know who this guy is. This guy is Gabby Hayes, born in um, Allegheny County, as a proud son of the baby boomer. The, the author was addicted to TV westerns in the 1950s, and loved all the white-hatted heroes of the day: Roy Rogers, Gene Autry, Marshall Dillon, and even up in the air with Sky King. But Gabby Hayes, well, as let's see, he was an old, crusty, cantorous, colorful fame for crazy old-time sayings, and he had the heart of gold. And the Dad Namit. Oh, that was the Dad Namit guy. Okay. Westerns were his specialty. He did a lot of them in the movies. He had appearances in over 150 films, including 44 with Roy Rogers and 15 with John Wayne. So he's a lot younger there. A lot younger as far as that goes. Gabby Hayes. He never stopped working, easing into television with his own Gabby Hayes show from 1950 to 1954. He was a constant presence in the pop world of youth and such. So, and he was born in Standers, New York, which is in a small community in Allegheny, New York. Okay, this next individual, I'm not sure who this is either. I don't remember her. Ann B. Davis, born in Schenectady County. And early television had some great famous stars, but it also had a wide galaxy of support players that gave color to the favorite shows. Characters like John Flynn, McHale's Navy, Wiener Klepenter from Hogan's Heroes, Danny DeVito in Taxi, Dennis Weaver in Gunsmoke, and a host of others. Gail Gordon in Lucille Ball. They were marvelous. Not big roles, but they were supportive roles. And the shows would have suffered without them because they had the sidekick. He's always got the good funny line. So it's hard to imagine. Oh, that's Alice. Oh, she's from the Brady Bunch. Okay, I'm just recognizing that now. They got Brady Bunch down here. So it's hard to imagine a popular sitcom, The Brady Bunch, without Ann B. Davis. That's Alice. Okay, she was born here in New York. I used to love The Brady Bunch growing up. She was an integral part of the show and was, as was any of the kids. Did you know she had also been in sitcoms years before The Brady Bunch, and it was called The Bob Cummings Show, starring Bob Cummings. Davis won 2 Emmy Awards for her role, in that sitcom, and it ran from 1955 to 1959, way before my time as far as that goes. Um, so of course, the next one, he was the gentleman that was at the front of it. That's Kirk Douglas in Spartacus. Okay, Kirk Douglas was he was born in Montgomery County here in upstate New York. One of the true legendary stars of Hollywood, maybe one of the 10 greatest actors of all. I love Spartacus. Spartacus, I am Spartacus. Maybe one of the greatest actors of all time. So many choice roles to pick from as a favorite for these. His portrayal as artist Vincent Van Gogh in Lust for Life back in 1956, Ace in the Hole in 1951, Paths of Glory in 1957, and one of the great ones, 27 Leagues Under the Sea, 1954. And what do we got? Oh, okay. Thank you. the missus just liked one of my posts here online. But Spartacus, let's see, that most movies would consider among his early roles, but Spartacus, 7 Days in May, were also good. And so you see, I could go all day. Kurt was born in Amsterdam, New York, and he passed away in 2020 at the age of 103. I remember, I just seen him recently on an episode of, Hey Tina, hi. I just seen your notice. Hi Tina, how you doing? But Kurt Douglas was in an episode of Seinfeld. Yeah. His wife Ann passed away a year later at the age of 102. So Kurt Douglas, a New Yorker, an upstate New Yorker, as far as that goes. And here's one that really surprised me, that was also born here in New York State, and that would be Anna Funicello, born in Oneida County, New York, upstate New Yorker here. One of the beach bingo girls, I guess I could call it. She, let's see, and that was the real sparkle. Well, she was on the Mickey Mouse Club. That's where she got her start back in 1955 and 1959. And we all know that she was by her, we know her by her bubbly personality and the fact that her name was written on her shirt, I guess, too, as far as as a musketeer. She transitioned from school-age icon show to teenage movie that was cheesy, gimmicky, and very and not very sophisticated, and were generally lumped under the title "The Beach Party Movies." Nobody cared. We loved them. We loved her anyway. She was a good character in those movies, and she sang in most of these movies. She had a good voice, and what was it? She was born in Utica, New York, and she passed away back in April 2013. Tina, I knew she looked familiar. Hey, Helen, good morning, or good afternoon, I should say. We're just going over famous New York actors, actors that were born here in upstate New York. Happy New Year to you, Helen. Glad to have you here. So, Annette Funicello, she a very gracious lady, very cute in her younger day, and as far as that goes, let's see the next one. This is an old timer. This is but you would know the name. And Helen saying hello to Tina in the comments there. The next one, do you know who this is? Gorgeous looking lady, but this is way before my time. But you know the name. Can you guess who the name is? This is Jean Arthur, born in Clinton County, upstate New York. Many from the late 1930s and 40s are still among the favorite films Gene Autry was a familiar face in many of the wonderful films, The Plainsman in 1936. Mr. Deeds Goes to Town. I've seen Mr. Deeds. That's an old black and white movie, 1938. The More the Merrier, a 1944 movie which she was nominated for Best Actor, Oscar. She still two immortal films that will live forever. Put Gene Autry up among the highest ranked actors of her era. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. That's a great movie. And Shane in 1953, both of whose fame and fortune own more than just a little to the brilliant supporting star turns. So this young actor was from Plattsburgh, New York. Plattsburgh, New York is up there on Long Lake Champlain. So, I'm not that old. You're not that old, Tina. Yeah, but I you know who I'm talking about. I know this act. I've seen her, and it's just a picture. You could tell she's back from the 30s and 40s. But she was, again, born here in upstate New York. Let's see, the next one. This is one that surprised me when I was reading this article this morning. Do you know who this guy is? You got to know who this guy is. This guy he passed away too soon. This is Philip Seymour Hoffman. He was born in Monroe County, New York. Another New Yorker that was a prominent actor. One of young Hollywood's great actors. Hoffman disappeared in many of the most famous roles with more than 40 films to his name. He was considered by many to be among the top 5 greatest actors of his time. This guy could act. Just watch him in the movie Capito. Again, he disappeared into a mirror image of the famous writer. Amazing, he won the Academy Award for Best Actor for the film. Was it Capiti? He also appeared frequently on Broadway. And he's also, he was lucky enough to see him in the 2012 in his Tony nomination, Death of a Salesman. That's the more modern one. That's a classic play, Death of a Salesman, as far as that goes. He was born in Fairport, New York, and he passed away of a drug overdose back in February 2nd, 2014. He was only 46, too young. He was also in some Mission Impossible movies there, the newer Mission Impossible movies, which there's another actor in Mission Impossible that was also from New York, as far as that goes. And let's see. Of course, Lucille Ball, she's a New Yorker. Lucille Ball, what can anybody say about Lucille Ball? Funny lady. I grew up with her on watching Lucille Ball show. America Once and Forever. This is America's Once and Forever Queen of Comedy, and had a rich and full life in show business for more than 50 years. She toiled in the field of anonymity during the 1930s in Hollywood before becoming the first lady of the B movies. But nothing B, her big thing was I Love Lucy. That was a big one. Show that started in the early 1950s. It made Lucy an icon. Look at her red hair. The red hair, that tells it all right there. The beloved star was born in Jamestown. There's a museum out in Jamestown, New York. That's about 3 hours west of me. So she's another New Yorker from upstate New York. It made Lucille an icon, the red hair, and she's also buried there in Jamestown. I should make a visit out there. Buried there in Lakeview Cemetery, and a great actress. Very funny, very funny. Okay, we come to the last one, and this is what we got for time going on here. How much time we got 48 minutes. We got plenty of time. Wow, a lot of great ones came from. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Tina. A lot of that's when I was looking at it. You're going to be really surprised at this last one. I guarantee it. This last one is just going to throw you away, blow you away as far as that goes. Is he a good actor? Yes. Did I like him when he first started? No, but there was something risky about him. You know, that might give it a clue who it might be. The word risky. Uh, let's see. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna have fun with this one because I loved his latest movie that came out. His latest movie where he's Maverick in Top Gun. That's Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was born in Onondaga County here in upstate New York. What's that? No, he's American. He's not Canadian. You're thinking of from Back to the Future there. This is Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, this one surprised me. Tom Cruise, born in Onondaga County in upstate New York. And who doesn't like. I liked him and I didn't like him and stuff like that. I like after Maverick, I have a newfound respect for him. You kind of love the Mission Impossible movies so and stuff. He's definitely have some favorite actors. Um, let's see. I like action movies. I definitely have some fun actors. Clint Eastwood, The Rock. Let's see what they talk. But Tom Cruise, with over $11 billion in worldwide box office sales, this guy, he always delivers. He does. He delivers on his movies. I think his last movie, well, he's got a newer Mission Impossible. You like him, Tina? Yeah, I like him. He's a good. I like him in his movies. I like him in Reacher, even though the original Reacher guy that's over on the show, the Reacher program that's on Amazon Prime. He's a bigger guy. I was surprised how small Tom Cruise was, but he's a New Yorker, born here in New York State, and not New York City, upstate New York, and that's the whole premise of this. But let's see, Tom Cruise, he can be sensitive and charming, yes, but when it's time to paraphrase Superman leap from the tallest building. He puts his money with the millions of others who are Cruise fans. He was in Rain Man. That was a great movie. Top Gun. Who couldn't like Top Gun? Top Gun Maverick. Two great movies. The Color of Money, and that was a good one with Paul Newman. And you keep your eye out for the widely amusing star turned into a three-dimensional motivational speaker in what the hell is that one? Magnolia. And then he was in Risky Business. That's probably the first movie I saw of Tom Cruise was Risky Business. Though he was in another movie, I can't think of it as a support actor. I can't think. He's sitting there with a machine gun on this one that when he was a kid. But Risky Business was his big breakout movie. He's a son of a Syracuse. He's from Syracuse, New York. Tom Cruise continues to bring us excellent movies to enjoy, and he does do that. And so I was surprised at that. Let's see. Helen, his performance in Rain Man was excellent. I know Hoffman. Yeah, Hoffman was in the original Death of a Salesman too, Helen. I don't know if you knew that. If you ever watched the movie Death of a Salesman, Dustin Hoffman, he nails that as far as I remember seeing that movie when I was taking English Lit 2 at University of Maryland. And he's outstanding, but Cruise actually was great in it. Yeah. And Helen says Hoffman is my favorite. Yeah, Hoffman, he is my favorite too, Helen. If you watch Death of a Salesman when Hoffman was younger, he's great in that play. It's a play that's on the film, and it's one of my favorites as far as that goes. So, but there we have it. We have actors that are from New York State. He's been great in there. Yes, everything exactly, Helen. He's been though that one. I can't think of the movie where he where they do the chemicals or there's something bio. He's an army. I don't know. I didn't really care for that one. He nailed Tootsie. Tootsie was funny. Tootsie was ahead of its time. That was ahead of its time. So those are our what's the original title of this? The favorite actors there that are born in upstate New York. They're all born in upstate New York, which just blew me away on some of them. Starting with Kirk Douglas and going all the way. And I looked at the picture and I'm thinking, who is Ann B. Davis? That's freaking Alice from the Brady Bunch and stuff. She just looks a lot older in the picture there, as far as that goes. Let's see. I do have. Let's see. What is it? I do have something else to present. And let's see. How much time we got? Yeah, we're gonna close with this. This is one of my favorites as far as presenting it, and that's 100 years ago today. Or this would be 100 years. They don't put these out every day, but this is what was happening 100 years ago in December 29th. So let me bring that up. Let's see. Let me bring that up. Let's see. Present 100 years. Share. And then I gotta push it. I gotta push it to the broadcast. Let's see. There we go. Push it to the broadcast. Yes. Is it up there yet? There it goes. No, we don't want that. We want the other one. There we go. Just bring it right there. This is on Fox 40. And let me turn this up just to make sure we got it. Okay. How's that looking? Let's see. Is it up? Okay, it's not up. Yeah, it's up on these two, but it's not up on my my Surface 3. Hey, Thamer, how you doing? Happy New Year, Thamer. Thamer coming in from Saudi Arabia, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. There we go. 100 years ago today. I'm gonna present this, and as far as that goes, I like presenting this. Let's see. Let's go. There we go. And here we go.
100 years ago today, this is an important anniversary in Binghamton's history. It was December 28th, 1849, when the Erie Railroad completed its main line from New York City to Binghamton, and the first train rolled into this community. The little village was decorated with flags, bands played, thousands of people came from miles around to witness the arrival. A new society known as the Czechoslovakia Orthodox Church has been established in the First Ward. A congregation has been formed of about 100 Czech and Slovak families in the area. And finally, children with their Christmas BB guns continue to endanger property and the safety of residents in Binghamton. This morning, a boy on Bigelow Street was shot with a BB by his 14-year-old companion. Police are now asking parents who gave their boys guns for Christmas to take them back from their children. That was the news 100 years ago.
It's funny. No, Helen, they don't have one for New Year's Day. They put those out every 2 days. That gentleman right there, he is a historian for the Broome County. That's the next county that's over, next to Tioga County where I live, and it's on the Fox 4. That's one of the local radio stations there that I watch. It's on the TV and stuff like that. But I just think that's unique because the news that they report compared to what, the contrast. The news back then was probably some really serious stuff. The BB gun and all that. Well, somebody gets, but today it's a whole different story. So as far as that goes, so a lot of research going. Yeah, that gentleman, he's a Broome County historian. So I think it's just with the mustache, and they have that. That's something new that they have on the on that particular TV station. That when I watch the evening news, I always look forward to. But it's on every other day, just about. It's not. But there is a lot of research that goes into what he's saying and stuff like that. And it gives you it paints a picture of how the people lived back then too, what they were concerned about in a local community. And you know, this is long before the telephone and long before telephone and telegraph were just going and stuff like that. Hey, Tony D, salute to you. Hashtag positive start to the day. No, we're not starting the day. We're halfway through the day. I just decided to come in. I made some earlier comments about the football this morning. I'm not too happy about the outcome of the all the football games are great, Tony. I know, Helen. I'm talking about football. Sorry. I know Helen's probably saying, don't talk about football. Tina saying happy New Year's to Tony. But I wasn't too happy with the Dallas-Detroit game. I think Detroit should have won that game, but it is what it is at this point. A lot of my teams won. Oh, there was a lot of good football. A lot of good football. We have one more week before we go to the playoffs, so it's starting to shape up. So, but I wasn't on Tony's broadcast yesterday because we had family here over the weekend. So you all know how to chase and keep me. No, Ellen, don't go away. No, I wasn't on the broadcast yesterday because we had family here yesterday, so I just stayed offline for the whole day because it's a rarity to have a full house of family, and that's one of the things I really cherish about. And Tony's saying Happy New Year to Helen, as far as in the comments, and let's see. And like I said, I was only going to keep this to an hour. We're at an hour, and Tony made it in. I know. And Thamer saying Happy New Year to Thamer, who's over there in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. But I do want to say we're going to go ahead and exit stage left. Like I said, I just wanted to talk about a little bit about football, and I wanted to present the thing about the upstate New York actors that are born here. There's some real famous people that surprised me. And then what happened 100 years ago, even though it was the 29th of December. I get a kick out presenting that because I can do that here. So I want to say a Happy New Year to Tina. Happy New Year to Helen, Leggy 01. Happy New Year to Tony, Tina, Thamer. Thank you for being here in the broadcast. We're going to go ahead and exit stage left. I'm already got my day started, so it's not a matter of me getting my day started, but I still got time to take an afternoon nap. No, I just want to come in. I want to say thank you all in the chat, though. You too as well. And Tina's laughing. Yeah, but there's still time to take a nap, Tina. It's still before dinner time. You all have a great first day of your year as far as that goes. I'm enjoying it. And Thamer says, it's very weird time for broadcasting, but I thought you'd stay up. Yeah, I was up until 12 midnight, Thamer. 1 minute after midnight, boom, I was in bed. And Helen says, I'm sure there's lots of, no hangovers in this household. I think I had one beer yesterday, so, but we did bring in the new year, and I'm glad to be starting at least, even though it's not right at the beginning of the new year, but the first day saying hi to my friends here online, as well as all you that watch this broadcast here on the replay here on Twitch, as well as on Rumble and YouTube. I thank you very much. I'm Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on Twitch, at Fireman Rich over there on Twitter X, Blue Skies, Instagram Threads, and Truth Social. You can find me over there, and I'm also on the Facebook, public Facebook, The Real Fireman Rich. Tomorrow will be podcast day, and then I'll be back Wednesday right here on Twitch. You guys all enjoy also, Thamer. And again, thank you. God bless. No, I should say live long, or live life and have fun. Ciao for now. Peace.